And there we are, 2009, on the way, of course, to Chinese New Year. And Chinese New Year, of course, 25th, 26th, and thereabouts onward. And of course, many of you people are questioning how many New Years there are. Well, I can tell you there's a whole bunch of them, one after the other. And you're asking, of course, a person who is a little biased. And my bias, of course, lays towards the Zarathustrians, the Zoroastrians, Zutust, and so whatever you want to use the spelling for. But there, I believe, is the most accurate of New Year's celebration for you, wherever you may are. And of course, my tune is more now than ever before: good deeds, good thoughts, good action, and definitely no killing, no war. It is one of these belief systems. They do not ever have declared themselves a religion, but definitely they are a belief in the know, can we say, people who do want to live their lives as much as they possibly can, out of hatred and out of destruction as possible. Now, we need to also understand that when we are looking around us, whether you are Zarathustra, Zarathustra, Zoroaster, whatever you call in your dialect the name of Zarathustra, is this: it should be a policy, a discipline, an education to all people wherever you are, to not come to the place where hatred is so easy yanked up into rage. When we look at the ancient Vedas, they also never went to war, were harmonious, peaceful, and good people. So what makes it, when we look across the oceans into other countries, other places, is it the climate? I don't think so. That makes it so that people are so explosive. And then we have to look at this Madoff case that's going on in the United States of America. I find it most incredulous the government of the United States of America have not gone and arrested this man, thrown him in jail, thrown away the key, and said everything you own will be confiscated, auctioned off, and what have you, to collect back all the money from all the people. Now, there is another thing that might be of interest to some of you out there who have invested and who have asked me what was my opinion. Well, my opinion is such: when you steal from the kinds of people who are out there who do so much good, your karmic load becomes double, if not quadruple. But at the same time, I can't understand why there is now, at this moment, talk on the news stations of the people who were poor and who were suffering, who their littlest money went to this Madoff fellow, that are now going to be asked to pay back of what was paid out to them, even though it was tearfully little. Now, many of you have asked me, because they say, well, you know, we asked the Dalai Lama and he is silent, he never speaks up about anything. Well, he doesn't have to worry. The man is worth millions of dollars, if not billions. So why should he speak up? And Vatican, no, he doesn't need to speak up either. He has the biggest control system in the world going. Now, when a person, when, you know, you have to really feel tragic. You know, the lady Alexandra Penny, who was in the magazine business, wrote books. And here, this lady was like Steven Spielberg, and she herself, they invested with this Madoff fellow, and they lost tons and tons of money. Yes, I know, speculating, if you have money and you speculate, you take a risk to lose it. I understand. But at the same time, we see all the other people that speculated and used their money to help the helpless, 6 children, elderly people who were impoverished, homeless people, and so on and so on. They did good with their money. Their monies didn't go that he siphoned off from the people into war. Oh yes, that's the other story. There was another thing that I did here this morning on, of course, the news media, and I shall say it, I was listening to CNN while I was doing other work, and it couldn't help that it did not slip me by. It sort of stuck in the brain of brains. When one of these people who were being interviewed got into some argument with another and said that we needed wars in order to come out of economy. Well, I'm a survivor of World War II, and so many of you know this. Not only that, to set the record straight once and for all, I went literally and investigated whatever religion was here upon the planet, and I hold certificates to some of them. And I found, by investigating all these so-called intelligently conjured situations to control the masses, that's what they are. And when we look at it and then slip in and slide in, and I will say it, the Dalai Lama doesn't care, obviously. He is not coming forward because that doesn't look good for the United States of America, who have supported him so grandiosely with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of your taxpayers' money. Were you aware of that? Well, I just want you to go and investigate it in a hurry when you listen to this and come to the realization how many millions he did receive, and his brother and his whatever else in his entourage. So he's not going to speak up and make George W. look bad. But is it that we have to look at Vietnam? But we have to look first at World War II. Remember, I said in the beginning, I am a survivor of World War II. And I remember, and of course don't ask all these questions, because my custodial fathers, his ancestor, they were blue bloods from France and Belgium, and then into the Netherlands. And of course I was this little person that was the child that whose body came out of that relationship with a pure First Nations princess.